So, welcome back. Before we start today's session, I wanted to know any questions or anything you experienced in last 2 days.
Yeah, uh, it's like my practice is to body sensation,
Right,
that is including breath sensation.
right.
So my practice, see, you understand this neurological term called default mode network, right?
Yes,
In,
yes,
in which in which we are habituated of background music, background sound, and background scene, and then it gets you into the thinking pattern, whole thinking pattern. So I was earlier, and you also, you are master in that. You are remembering 5,000 songs. You told
yes,
once upon a time.
yes.
So whenever I listen a song, I cannot be 5,000, but I'm also habituated of singing the song. So if I sing it two, three times, four, 5 times, then it goes into autoplay mode. Hello?
Yes, yes, I'm there, I'm there.
Yeah, then it goes into autoplay mode. So the practice so far was to cut it out. But when I say Itti Piso Bhagwa, and I also know the rhythm of it, I am not I'm singing it also because I understand the song also. It's
Right.
a rhythmic. It's a rhythmatic. Itti Piso Bhagwa Aram Samma Sambhur. So now it becomes a song, and
Yeah,
then that my old habit of singing it again and again, like I used to do it by out of craving. So what is different then? Because I was using this method and it was profound. I understand. Instead of some thought came in my mind, it is better to divert into this kind of vitakka,
correct.
thinking vitakka, and it helped me. It helped me. But now I'm thinking, am I into this singing or not?
Okay.
So I was doing like this. I used to normally breathe, observe only body sensation, like Goenka style. Not only breathe, but the whole body sensation observing. And when I find myself got diverted, like 6R method, this time I when I realized that I'm thinking, I diverted it to itipiso.
Which is fine. Actually, that
And,
is fine.
and, and then when I find myself totally calm, I come back to my breathe observation.
Yes.
It is at a frequency of twice a minute, twice or thrice a minute. I have to do itipiso bhagwan.
That's fair. See, first step in meditation is to watch the mind from not getting distracted on the object. So when it is distracted, when there is a restlessness or when that object is moved, so first and foremost I need to finalize the object, and once I finalize the object is there, then there's no problem. So the object can be breath, but knowing the breath, where it is touching, how the body is moving along with the breath, might happen for a few minutes and it might go away.
Agree.
Then I realize, oh, it's gone, but I can't stop the thoughts which are coming. So I need to bring in another thought which will destroy or remove this thought. So it is Dveda Vitakka Sutta explains where Buddha was getting the sensual thought, harmful thought, and then he started looking at, oh, there's no point in fighting with that. I need to replace with this thought of Nekkhamma and all that. So if you are bringing iti piso bhagava arhan samma sambuddho in a musical pattern or whatever you want to do, that is good one. That will remove that thought, whatever has come, right? Or whatever distraction has come. Then you are back in the breath. But again, it goes away. Again, you have to bring it back. So what you're doing is right, basically. So now what we need to see is why the samadhi is not getting established.
So
Meaning,
my question was that then I'm getting trapped into this.
Yes, you are
Is it okay?
no, in a sense it is yes, you are getting trapped into it, but there's no other choice. Still we establish the samadhi, we need to have that. So it is like
Okay.
in one sutta, Buddha is not Buddha. I think Ananda is asked by another bhikkhu that okay, now I hold on this object, and then doesn't that become upadana by itself?
Okay.
So and he says, yes, even Nibbana is, you need to have that Upadana for Nibbana. That means you first have to have a Chanda for Nibbana, right? Keeping that interest, you have to remove it. So you need to have craving also for Nibbana, right? Uh, otherwise we are talking only out of the mind or out of as a theory. But when you really practice it, setting a goal itself is a part of upadana, that is holding on to. So until we reach a state of anagami, we need to hold on to the raft. The typical example what Buddha gives is that you need to have the raft. Once you are at anagami, knowing that you are anagami, now it's time to let go of the raft. Now there's no point in holding on to the, it's like somebody in the flight, there was a turbulence, and then the oxygen mask came, and then he put it, and he felt so happy, wow, this is great. But even when oxygen is there, you want to hold to that mask, doesn't make any sense. In the same way, we need to let go of it, right? Because now we can swim, now we can, there's no turbulence. So the flight is literally going without any turbulence, so you don't even have to wear the seat belt or think about the mask. In the same way, initially we need to put this. Why? Because the samadhi is not established. So is it right to find our own way to beat this? Yes. You can use a 6R where Vimalaramsi would say that you take a joyous thought and then keep on reflecting upon it, which is equivalent to bringing in iti piso bhagava, or I can bring in etan santan, etan panitan, or something else. As long as I'm able to hold on to the object, again, I'm using the word hold on to. So as long as I'm holding on to the object, not getting distracted, then it is fine. So 4 stages. First stage, focus. So I need to know what I should be focusing upon. Like the camera now is focusing on my face, on this face. So it is focusing. So the camera is now attending to this figure. But two things are not there in this camera. It's not self aware, it's not aware of this object, and it is not mindful of this object. But the two things are being taken care. One is it's focusing, otherwise it'll go everywhere, and there is an attention, so it does not move, so it's still. In the same way, if I take breath as an object, if I were to look by Anapana Sati Katha, then I need to watch the breath where it is touching into the nostril. So that gets me the focus and the attention. Then I am aware of the breath going in, going out. Sa satova asasati, satova pasasati. So I am aware that this is how the breath is gone in, and this is how the breath is coming out. And after some time, I know the entire body is coming up, the entire body is coming down. Just like a paper going up and down, lifted by the air. So the whole body is getting lifted by the air, or by the this vayu, the breath, and it is taking up and dropping it down, taking up and dropping it down. Now, can I watch this phenomena, or this object, or this Dhamma for a long period of time? Can I be in that awareness? And that is mindfulness. Now, I don't like breath. Okay, don't take breath. You want to take dhatu? Great. I don't like dhatu. I want to take something else. You take whatever you want, but you stick to that. Stick to the regimen. So there's nothing wrong in breath, nothing wrong in this, nothing wrong in that. Only thing is that we have to keep that. So what you're doing is okay. Anybody else who would like to share? Otherwise, we can continue. All okay? Good. So now, moving forward about Sotapanna. So, how do you know that for yourself you are a Sotapanna? What's the deal here? First hindrance that should go completely in a person is visikiccha, doubt. The doubt will go when you experience itipiso bhagava arhan, all that. Then the Dhamma, then the Sangha. It's not about English, it's not about translation, it's about insight. Okay, so don't worry too much on the translation, don't worry too much on the Pali. You have to reflect upon, it's called Pachavekana, reflect upon the attributes of the Buddha. Okay, if you were to practice like that, the visikiccha is gone. First thing, first hindrance is first niva, sorry, the first fetter, sanyojana is gone. And that leads to the second sanyojana, which is the sila bitta paramasa. In Sanskrit, it becomes shila vrata parama ashraya. Maintaining the morality, vows, and all of that leads to liberation. Parama ashraya. Ashraya means refuge. Parama is ultimate. So this leads to a complete liberation. That is, if I go to a temple, pray the Buddha or worship the Buddha and do all the rituals what I have been told, that itself is sufficient for me to get liberated, and that is false. So the second sanyojana or the fetter goes away with visikiccha not being there. The visikiccha is there because I have only the belief, but I don't have the faith, because I don't have experience of Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Now that I'm experienced in Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, that means I'm able to understand the sutta, I'm able to understand the meaning of iti piso bhagava and all that, and I'm able to experience it little bit or whatever that is sufficient to remove the visikiccha. Along with that, the sila bitta paramasa will go away. Then the third one, most important, is the sakkayaditti, the fruit of Sotapatti marga or magga or the path, is getting rid of holding on to the five aggregates. Okay. Not that the five aggregates will go away. The holding on to it, upadana, is given up. Our question comes, how? And that is the reason the Anatta Lakkana Sutta we need to practice. It gives two dimensions. One side is Anatta, other side is Anicca, if you have gone through that sutta. And he explains what is Anatta. Okay. So the Rupa, can you dictate, I need this Rupa in this way? Can I have this Vedana? Can I have this Sanya? Can I have this Sankhara? Can I have this Vijnana in this way? Can I dictate? So now what's an appropriate example for it? I go to a mountain range or I go to Hawaii beach. Now, can I dictate Hawaii has to be like this, and the sun should be like this, and the sky should be like this, and the water, the waves should be like this, and the resort at where I'm staying should be like this? Okay. Now what happens? Somebody comes and distracts me from what I am seeing there, and he engages me in a conversation, at that moment, that Hawaii beach is gone. It's erased from the memory. The feeling of that Hawaii beach is gone. The perception of the Hawaii beach is gone. The sankharas, the preparations, volitional actions, what I was trying to do on that Hawaii is gone. And the consciousness has disappeared out of that Hawaii. And what has happened? It has established itself in the person who has come to meet me. And he is in a conversation. Am I seeing at the beach? No. Am I hearing to the waves? No. Am I enjoying the beach? No. Am I in the beach? No. So can I now call it as atta, myself? No. Now, if I am able to understand this correctly for myself, without a need for another person to come and tell me, and I can come up with my own examples, and ultimately able to focus on this body. Is this body is as per my liking? No. Is the body feeling is as per what I want it to feel? No. If the perceptions are something that it should be as I feel it should be? No. Is the sankharas or the preparations I'm doing for this body to showcase in a particular way, can I control that? No. Is the experience I'm getting as vilas? Would I be getting it all the time? Right? So start with anatta. Then what happens? You will see the dukkha. What dukkha? It doesn't last. Just like that Hawaii beach and somebody coming and talking to me. The Hawaii beach is gone. Just like I'm washing this body. I don't exist in this body. Otherwise, why I require a wash? Right? Now, here is the twist of anicca. Two ways of looking anicca. Not as per one's wishes, like what Vaharakathero says. Perfect. Why? You go by anatta, where Buddha explains what is anatta. Since you can't treat that it is yours, no matter how much I want it to remain with me, it's not going to be there. So, and hence anicca. So not as per one's choice, one's wish, or whatever that is. Another way of looking at it, from the paticca samutpanna, dependently originated, then impermanence is the answer to it. Why? Now you look at two things. One thing, that object, like the breath I want to see in the meditation. Another one is a distraction which I am getting. Some thought is coming. Now what should I do? Should I give in to the thought? Should I keep on to the breath? Both the breath and the thought are impermanent. If it was permanent, it would have stayed with me. Because it is having sankata, condition, paticca samutpanna, dependently originated, and hence it is impermanent. So in English, what is written as impermanent has no problem. And as per Vaharaka, what he says that it is not as per one's wish is not a problem. Why? Because you are going by the anatta lakkhana. And hence you have experienced the dukkha. Once you experience the dukkha, you can penetrate anicca. So with this 5 aggregates dropping off, the dukkha is seen. Panchupadana khanda dukkha. The dukkha is seen of holding on to something which really doesn't exist. And when that happens, for a moment, all the defilements are ended, are held in check for that moment. And the I-ness is gone. Okay? Listen to me carefully. The I-ness, feeling of I, is gone. Once that happens, the sakkayaditti is gone forever. What it really means? It means that you have penetrated into the rupa, penetrated into the vedana, sanya, sankhara, and vinyana. Okay, so how do I know I'm a Sotapanna? I have penetrated into the five aggregates. I have left the Sila Vitta Paramasa. I don't have skeptical doubt, that is Visikicha. So I am a Sotapanna. How did I achieve the Sotapanna? I achieved the Sotapanna by having faith in Buddha Dhamma Sangha, followed by the Sila, and hence able to penetrate the five aggregates. Since I am able to see for myself what are the five aggregates and how it functions, and I can come with my own life examples, and I get the wow moment every time I do that reflection, Pachavekana, then I am 100% Sotapanna. Yes, Aryu.
Question. So, assuming, let's say I'm a Sotapanna, if someone hit me, like hit my, I would say, ouch. But I would say, why do you hit me? That feeling will still be there
Yes.
on a daily basis.
Yes, that would be there. Why? Because abhijja vyapada still exists in a Sotapanna. Don't forget that. It will not go unless the person is an anagami. So if Matt is reacting to someone coming in the road and then he feels, oh, why should I get angry? I shouldn't have got angry. That's the answer. That he is not an anagami. So there's no point in taking a whip and whipping oneself. I should. That again is a vyapada. Right?
But in this particular case, I'm reacting to say, hey, don't hit me, right? I still have that you're hitting me, that feeling.
Now again, you're coming back to this. This is called adhivachana. Right? So you have to use a language. There is no internal feeling of five aggregates. But that doesn't mean that you don't have five aggregates at all. Right? It takes time. So what you have done then, you have for a moment attained Nibbana. How? The five aggregates not grasping is Nibbana. So you have tasted Nibbana. It's not that you are in Nibbana all the time. So what is an Arhat would do? Somebody comes and hits him. He smiles. It's not that he is a coward or he is not that he is a victorious. Both are not there in his mind. Why? Well, if those two things are there, then he gets into the view, ditti. Not the sakkayaditti. There is ditti. That this is one side and that is another side. He shouldn't have done this and he should have done that. Okay. So now what we're talking is sakkayaditti. We are not talking about the ditti itself going away. The Samādhi, what we are talking, that we are not talking. We are talking about sakkayaditti. Okay. Now he has experienced it because he experienced the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, and at that moment his sila was so strong that sati could get established, and since sati could get established, the virya, energy, could get established. Because energy could get established, then his samadhi was able to get established. Then when samadhi was established, anyway his saddha was already established, right? So virya got established, samadhi got established, and hence, for the very first time, he penetrated into it and got the panya, wisdom. But again, Aryu will tell you it's not that he is going to be like that forever. Now he needs to practice. So the Sotapanna is a person, a trainee, an apprentice. Sotapanna is not a person who is an arhat, who doesn't require training. Got it? So what's the difference between a normal worldling and a Sotapanna? The normal worldling will react to the 5 aggregates. The Sotapanna will not react that much to the 5 aggregate. Not that he will not react, then he is an arhat. Got it? Now, do I know I am a Sotapanna? Yes. How? I have penetrated 5 aggregates. Simple. So what's the test? The test is, am I taking Rupa as myself? Am I taking Vedana as myself? Sanya as myself? Sankhara as myself? Vijnana as myself? Oh shit, that guy hit me. Oh, it's paining. That is myself, right? Pain is Vijnana. Trying to do something about it is Sankhara. The perception that he hit me is Sanya. The feeling I'm getting out of that hitting, that is, he hit me, he should have done that, I should have done this, I should have told him that, etc., is Vedana. And myself, this body, is the Rupa. Got it? This is how it is. Now, what does he do to get rid of it? Like what Buddha explains, you need to know the dhatus, that this body is made out of 5 dhatus. In that way, you are breaking the sakkayaditti. Any questions? So, you can now test for yourself whether you are a Sotapanna or not. You shouldn't have doubt now. Am I a Sotapanna or not? And you don't have to ask anyone. You don't even have to ask me. Why? It's there in DN 16. Mahaparinibbana Sutta. You don't have to ask anyone. Just read the mirror reflection of it. If you find you have crossed the 5 aggregates of grasping, then you are Sotapanna. It doesn't matter whether you're a Jati Sotapanna, that is, you're a Sotapanna from the birth, or you're Sotapanna now. Doesn't matter, because you have crossed the Upadana of 5 aggregates. Second question. Can I get this through Anapanasati of Goenka or Ubakin? Yes. Can I get it through Pa-Ok tradition? Yes. Can I get through Desana of Sri Lanka? Yes. Can I do the forest method of meditation of Ajahn? Yes. Can I create my own method to get into Sotapanna? Yes. It doesn't matter. Can 6 hours of Bhante Vimalaramsi give me Sotapanna? Yes. Now the question is, how? Well, here is the proof. You will penetrate into the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, no matter from whom you hear, because that hearing will get you the knowledge which was hidden in you. So it doesn't matter whether he spoke in English or in French or in German or in this or that or Chinese or Kannada or Hindi or Urdu or in whichever language a person can speak, because that is Adi Vachana. It's got nothing to do with saying that if it is Pali only we will understand, otherwise no. It is not language specific. Then it becomes what? It loses the foundation of what? Akaliko, yehi pasiko, opanaiko, pachattam veditabbo vinyuhi iti. The Dhamma itself is wrong because it is language oriented. If you don't know the language, then you cannot have the Dhamma. Simple as that. Right? So it's not about should I learn Pali. I'm so bad. I was born in a non-Buddhist nation. I should have been born in a Buddhist nation where I could learn Pali. That's again upadana. Idea is to break the upadana, not make further more upadana. Right? So it doesn't matter. So what you require is a person who can understand Pali. That means the teacher should understand what is written there and he should be well versed. So that's the reason I'm saying that person who teaches you should at least be an anagami. Simple. If it's Sotapanna, then Sotapanna to Sotapanna is a difficult equation. Okay, clear. So now shouldn't have a doubt that am I a Sotapanna or not. So you test it for yourself. Now we come to the next one. Is Sakadagami. Interesting. Here we need to start with DN2, Samanna Phala Sutta. Now, in that sutta, one important aspect is that Ajata Sattu, who had come and met the Buddha, understood the Dhamma but could not penetrate because he had killed his father. So he got into Anantariya Papa Kamma. In the last, Buddha says, had he not done this, he would have got released. That's the only mistake he had done, to kill his father. Okay, coming back to this. Is DN2 a requirement for us to go further from Sotapanna? Answer is yes. Reason. It gives you step-by-step instruction. That is Samanna Phala Sutta. Okay. Oh, should I read the whole section? No. What you need to know is that there is a Sila Khanda in that morality section. Then you get into Samādhi. Then you get Panya. So Sila, Samādhi, Panya. And hence, good to do that. Okay. Now, if you are a Sotapanna, then you will be able to penetrate the Dhamma irrespective of the language. Meaning you require some clarity, but it's not that I can't understand what he is saying. Okay, so that's the another way to prove oneself what he or she has to do. Now, before we take on the Maharahulovada Sutta, I am bringing you into this because one thing has to be completely established is Indriya Samvara, guarding of sense doors. If you want to attain Sakadagami and Anagami, you need to guard the sense door. That's not going to happen. Now we have become Sotapanna. Excellent. Good. But that doesn't stop rebirth. It will stop rebirth in the apayas. Yes, sir. But that doesn't stop us from getting born as human being and start working. That is not going to go away. That means hunger is going to remain. That means you have to keep on searching for food, eating food. Then to eat food, you need to earn. So you have to do some earning. Then you have to have an ambition. So you need to find a job. Then you have to have clothes. Then you have to have a house. Then you have to have a car. You have to have medicines. You have to have every damn thing. So don't think that just because we are reborn as a human, wow, that's the nicest thing. No. Only thing we did is to control ourselves from going into the apayas, which is fantastic. Not into any danger. Apaya. Paya is foundation. Foundationless. So the person can fall anywhere. So now we have a foundation. So is it good for us to relax that I am a Sotapanna? That's it. Yeah. It's up to the choice of the person. But don't kill yourself that I should now become an Arahat. Right? So whipping ourselves is what? Kila matta, meaning we are bringing ourselves so down. So you shouldn't do that. Okay. Now, does Sotapanna enjoy sensual? Yes, absolutely. Does he enjoy ice creams? Yes. Does he enjoy McDonald's food? Yes. Does he eat 3 times a day? Yes. Can he eat 4 times a day? Yes. Can he have children? Yes. Can he have many children? Yes. And there are a lot of Sotapannas in the Buddha Sasana, or the dispensation of the Buddha, and in the suttas, if you read, a lot of people who had lot of children. Not one. Even after becoming Sotapanna, Visakha, she had lot of them. Okay. So if she was not like that, she wouldn't have had an intercourse. So don't get worried that, am I enjoying too much or am I enjoying too less? That's quantification, leave it. So now once I'm a Sotapanna, the first task I need to start is Indriya Samvara. First task. Okay. Kundaliya Sutta gives a very nice description about it. There are other suttas also which gives the same description, but Samanapala Sutta gives you a perfect explanation. MN 152 Indriya Bhavana Sutta, like what Aryu was bringing, is it leads to some, you should have that kind of an penetration to get what he's saying there. So it might become difficult. So the easiest one, the coolest one is Samanapala Sutta, and in that, guarding the sense doors. Okay, so let's understand what it is. And how does a Sakadagami does it, and how an Anagami does it. Okay, it gives you, and since Naveen and Sachin have worked along with me, so we three were together in a room, so they can add what they see. Okay, and we were there for 3 nights or 4 nights, whatever nights we spent. It was good, so they know. So let's start. What is Indriya and what is Ayatana? Indriya is these 5. Okay, and an virtual machine, VMs, is the mind. You will not find mind anywhere as an Indriya, but the whole thing is Indriya. It's a mind. So Mana Indriya. Then Ayatana is the field of experience. So 2 things a Vijnana will do. It will have a conscious experience of the senses, and it creates a sense field or sense sphere where it takes itself as an object to enjoy or to suffer with it. That is Ayatana. Okay. In fact, it's a home. Eye has its own home, ear has its own home, nose has its own home. So you create 6 homes, or a 6 rooms. In fact, in the Tibetan tradition, in every monastery, they write this very nice building with 6 doors. If somebody can understand that, he got it. He will delete that ayatana. That's it. Indriya is guarded. So what we need to do when we say Indriya Samvara is to cut the senses from becoming an ayatana. It creates field, like a farmer going to his land. He doesn't want his water to go outside, so he will put a bund around it. So that whatever he has put there, seeds will start growing. Vijnana bija. Vijnana bija means consciousness is a seed. Then khetta, kammam khetta. The deed is the field. Moisture, sineho. Tanha, sineho. Tanha means craving. So ayatana has craving as food. Cha ayatana, 6 ayatana. Okay. So when I have ayatana, I will make the sight to look something different. Got it? Now there is just a mud and some frozen water on that. I go and stand. Wow, what a mountain! I just picked up an ayatana. Now, am I not experiencing that snow-filled mountain? Yes. What do I do like a fool? I will take a skiing thing, then I want to do the skiing. Oh, right? That is ayatana. If he's a Dhamma person, he will start laughing. Why? It's water which is frozen. If it touches the snow in the hand, it burns. Otherwise, if our snow was so good, people wouldn't have got frostbite. Why are they getting frostbite? Because that damn thing burns. Right? Now, if beach thing is the best thing, why do people get cancer? They were to exposing their body to the sun for few hours, doing this sunbathing. Why it becomes red? Sun would have said, "Wow, excellent. Please sleep. I'll give you a good massage." No, it burns. Right? That's ayatana. So anything you enjoy or suffer is because of ayatana. So indriya samvara is to not allow the senses to become an ayatana. Clear? No field. Like the farmer. Now what does he do then? So in the Samannapala Sutta, Buddha says, as soon as the eye and the objects come together due to the consciousness, you as consciousness don't allow the nimitta and nana bhyanjana. Nimitta is symbol. Nana bhyanjana is different description of that. Stop it. No story making. Then what happens? It falls down. Now, if you get that, all the 6 of them, even for a brief moment, you attain Nibbana much profound than what the Sotapanna had done. So there is no possession. The ayatana is not there. How do you possess something? You should store it. When the field itself is not there, what will you store? I go to a Costco, I go to Walmart, I go to all these stores because they store. Now that building itself is not there, so where the question of going and buying something out of it? So there is nothing to, buying experience. They even put it on the billboard, buy experience from us. Come on, don't give me a crap. You can't buy an experience. And they can't sell you an experience. It's your choice to experience or not to experience. So it's the choice you make to stop the senses to turn itself into ayatana. Then there is no phassa. If there is no phassa, there is no vedana. If there is no vedana, there is no tanha, craving. If there is no craving, there is no upadana. If there is no upadana, there is no bhava. If there is no bhava, there is no jati, there is no jara, marana, soka, parideva. All that is gone. Over. Done. And then the next section. Okay, I have understood. Yes, you understood? Great. Now you do this. What? Now you do the sampajanya. Abhikkante, patikkante, sampajanakari hoti. Now that the six senses are, ayatana is no longer like that. Abhikkante, going forward, patikkante, going backward. You are not symbolizing anything. Okay. Alokite, vilokite. Alokite is looking forward, vilokite is turning back. Same. Okay. Sangha, then what's that? Stretching and bending. Again, same. Then wearing the dress. Same. Sangati pacha chivara dharane. That is when you are wearing the upper robe and another robe on top of it. Okay. Then asite, like related to food, putting in the mouth, all of that, till it enters into the stomach. You are not symbolizing, and you are not creating different descriptions of it. Because if the moment you describe, ayatana happens. No description. Of all the six senses, not one, all six. Like that, if I were to do, that's the second one. Third one, because you are not doing that, you get the pachavekana, reflection, the four requisites. First reflection is the chivara, dress. Second one is pindapata, food. Third one is senasana, the dwelling. Fourth one is gilana, it is medicine. Because there is no ayatana any longer. Now, if I have done that, then the hindrances, first hindrance is already gone at Sotapanna. Then I have the authority now to slowly remove. What? First thing to remove is not thinamida, not udacha kukucha. It is kukucha. Feeling remorse. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. What? Did. Oh, I should have seen. Oh, I should have heard. Accept. Oh, I should have touched it. Okay, hold on. You touched it, right? Ayatana has happened. You're recognizing the ayatana has happened. That's a relief. That knowing itself is relief. So the kukucha is gone. Udacha remains. Then Hina and Midha are gone because you're constantly looking at whether it becomes an ayatana or not. So you're not sloth or in torpor. The mental sluggishness is not there, the physical sluggishness is not there. That means I have only two things to work out. One is on the abhijja and vyapada. Yes, Sachin.
So when you say ayatana, it's almost same thing as papancha, right? If you are
Yes, yes, yes,
papanchati,
yes.
you are not in the ayatana.
You have done the ayatana and hence you are in papancha. But if you are not in that papancha, then there's no ayatana.
Okay, so first ayatana and then you are papanchati.
Yes.
And if you are not papanchati, it is a valid enough proof that you are not in ayatana.
Yes, yes. Why? Good one. So in the Madhupindika Sutta, what he says, Chakuncha paticcha rupecha upajati chakku vinyanam. That is, with the eye and the sight comes the eye consciousness. Tinna sangati phasso. So these three coming together is the contact. That will create what? Vedana. Right? Then yam vedeti tam sanjanati. So whatever one feels, one perceives. This feeling and perception is part of ayatana. It's a sense, perception, and sense feeling. I'm sensing, and hence I'm feeling.
Okay.
Right? Yam vedeti tam sanjanati. Yam sanjanati tam vitakketi. Now this has come. It's overwhelming to the mind. Oh, what is this? What is this? What is this? I need to know. Yes, I need to know. Just like CBS News, CNN, BBC, like that, all news channels, they want to know. What is there to know? I want to know. Okay, no. Now when you think on that, yam papancheti, yam vitakketi tam papancheti. Now the papancha is story making. You proliferate it. So they create a story. You know, these days it's becoming very hot. Yeah, everybody can feel it's hot here. But they want to make it colorful. The temperature today is 107 degree Fahrenheit. So what? Nobody asks that. You know, it's so hot. The world is changing. The climate is changing. There's so much of things. And then they show the California fires and this fire and something, some glacier melting somewhere. Then they add everything together and say, because of this, it's happening. And 100,000 people will buy that crap story. Because it is papancha. Yam papancheti tam, what happens? Papancha sanya sankha. So he no, just proliferation is okay. Now he creates furthermore perception in such a way that he makes it into a huge thing. Mountain out of molehill. Actually, what has happened? Yes, it's become hot. That's a fact. Not due to California fire, not due to burning of fuel in India or in China or wherever, not due to Australia burning because of some other heat, not due to ostrich dying somewhere, not due to frogs not coming out, not due to crab not able to eat, not due to oceans becoming dry. And then what does he do? He puts atita, anagata, pachupanna, the past. In the past, oh, there was so much of water. People used to drink very easily. Now people have to go a few miles. And you see, in the past, they never used to sell the water. Now they are selling water. They make dollars out of that water. In the earlier days, they used to make only cents. Now they only make dollars and all that, right?
Because what you said, this video will get restricted views on YouTube now.
Okay. Let's see. When I post it, let's see. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So then this is how the world gets created. Right? That's what ayatana is all about. Senses don't create ayatana. Through the senses, it creates ayatana. So Indriya Samvara is an act of stopping the ayatana getting formed. It's a virtual machine. Yes.
So, question on the practically how it can be done, right? Let's say I'm watching the breath, and when, let's say, a girl appeared in my awareness, I was able to see, it's a girl. I don't allow me to look there and all that. That's the greatest. But let's say I slipped. I started watching the girl. I said, what a nice girl. And now suddenly I remember I'm supposed to be watching my senses. So what do I do now? Like I understood from what you said earlier that accept and observe, that's good. Not to reject it and start putting another thought. That I understood. But what is my course of action from now?
Your course of action.
Yes. And say whatever I look, whenever I see her, she's a beautiful girl. It's like
Now,
I cannot take that perception away now.
You have answered your own question. Actually, you've answered it, but let me open it up for you. Don't describe. Meaning, it has come, don't react to it. She's a beautiful girl. Don't make it either positive or negative. Afterthoughts, I'm talking about. You have done it. I was not supposed to watch this screen. I watched it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Now I can't say, I shouldn't have enjoyed. Next time I'll not do it. That's not the answer to it. The answer to it is that I need to work out on sati, mindfulness, through focus, attention, then awareness, mindfulness. When my mindfulness is improved, okay, then the description is gone. Why? Because I stop symbolizing it in the mind. Animitta. That's a practice I need to do. It takes time. Yes.
Yeah, I guess I'm practicing, let's say, mindfulness. So previously, if I go to a cafe or whatever, if there's a nice-looking girl, my eye automatically goes there. But now, even in my peripheral vision, I can realize there is almost a nice girl object is there. But my sight doesn't go there, but I already know it's something I want to look. So here, the ayatana is already there because I already kind of, even in my peripheral vision, it's established as a beautiful girl.
No, it's not like that. What has happened is that there is an habitual pattern. So the three ways of stopping the habitual pattern. First and the easiest way is breath watching. Right? Because your breath will change by the objects. See why it is so important to watch the breath of whatever Goenka teaches or POC tradition teaches or anybody who has really gone into it is that it stops the very moment of the movement of the breath. Because you're so looking at the sensation which is appearing, it changes when the object comes. And hence it's a most effective method. If you can get the breath thing right, you don't have to do many things. You just have to change, shift, or rather you have to transcend what you're doing. Like in the case of Sachin or Naveen or anyone who is going in, who has done a lot of retreats from Vipassana, they are good. Honestly, they don't have to drop this Vipassana thing. They just have to transcend it. They just have to put one step up. It's a step up approach. Why? Because as soon as something comes, it changes the sensation on the body. And they would be able to subtly know, oh, the sensation has changed. So what these guys do for 8 to 12 hours is that they sit and they watch the breath. There is some tingling sensation here. There is some tingling sensation here. Some rubbing sensation, some kind of ants like moving. Then on head something is happening. Back something is happening. They go in a very systematic way. The systematic way is that they watch here, Then the fourth day, they start the Vipassana, wherein they start looking at how each of the sensations are coming onto the body and they don't react to it. What's the objective? Is not to react. Right? That's a method. Whether you use the breath or you use the dhatu, you use whatever you want. But that's the objective. The easiest of all is breath. Because you don't have to do anything. Breath is a normal thing. It's also neutral. There is no attraction or repulsion in the breath. You can't get attracted by the breath or you can't get repelled by the breath. Or what else you require? With any other object, there is an attraction, repulsion. Right? So what these Vipassana...
And grosser solution probably. Like what we did yesterday, iti piso. You can replace that thought with iti piso bhagwan. If that doesn't work, something else. If that doesn't work, something else. Subtle to grosser and grosser to more grosser solution.
Yeah. So each one of us have to work out a strategy. I am not trying to say that Vipassana is the only method to do this, or that is the only method to do this, or that is the only method. No, there are umpteen methods, but all leading to a level from where we have to take the sutta and start our own journey, because we have now got the foundation. We have understood the foundation. Like Naveen and Sachin's case, they have the foundation. They have been doing this for so many times. Like in the case of Sachin, he has done a 20-day retreat. It's not an easy thing to sit for 20 days. It's mind-boggling. Oh, he's going to do. He's going to do. He's going to do. He is now, okay, sorry. He is now eligible for a 20-day retreat. And this person who is talking has not done a single retreat. So these two people's idea or opinion or their recommendation is at least do once. Because if people from Vipassana were to ask you, and if you give this story, they would say, have you done a retreat? And they wouldn't think that, oh, he has crossed all of these. They think that, oh, no, he should have done that. So at least
that happened to us.
Yeah, that happened to us. Yes, that's correct. So when we went to Savasti, we had a very nice experience. So we require. So this year, by the year end, I and Naveen are planning to do that. I think if Sachin also joins, it's good. But anyway, I can only do 10-day retreat because I'm not eligible for 20-day retreat. Whereas Naveen and Sachin are two guys who can do a 20-day retreat. Okay.
How many times have you have to do it for eligible to be 20 days?
5 days. 5 times.
7 times.
Oh, 7 times.
Oh, wow.
70 days. Yes.
So I didn't get my clarity on the watching the girl yet.
Wait. No. Now I come to this. Watching the girl will not happen if you watch the breath, because the girl it changes from something to a beautiful girl, and at that moment the breath has changed. You got the point? So next time you know that this is going to happen when you see a girl, this will happen when you see the food, and this will happen when the thought comes, like that. Got it? Now,
So you mean I noticed a change in the breath. So now,
Yes. You should notice the change in the breath. Otherwise, that habitual pattern is not easy to be removed.
okay, so you're saying because I noticed the change in the breath, the mind is now focusing on this change rather than that girl.
Yes, absolutely. You picked up. Okay. So the next time that ayatana will... Yes, go ahead.
Forgetting the girl will happen automatically.
Yes.
You don't have to think whether it is gone or not. Over a period of time, after 1 or 3 months practice, you will realize this happened to me. This watching at the girl, I was talking to him. Whenever I was moving my head, I was stuck at some girl or somewhere, and I changed that habit pattern within a week. It takes week or 1 month. But initially, you need not have to notice that it is gone or not. It will go.
Okay. Thanks for sharing. But so far, let's say I'm not there yet. I cannot notice the change. It's better to just not watch. Right?
Yes.
If I'm
The
aware,
second alternative. The second alternative. I'll give you 8, 9 alternatives. You choose whichever you want. Okay? Second alternative. Go by what he says in the Parinibbana Sutta again. Ananda goes and asks, the girl is coming. What I should do? Don't watch. No, I already watched. Then don't talk. I've already spoken. Blah, blah, blah. Right? And it says what? Be mindful. And what is mindfulness? No. No ayatana. How you do it is up to you. Now,
I mean,
wait. I'm meant to give you the 9. I'll give you 9 of them. Choose one you want. 1, breath. 2, do a bone, break down everything to a bone
of that girl.
of that girl. Teeth. Should watch only the teeth. Nothing else. But don't assess, oh, she would have eaten the gum or she has brushed the teeth. No analysis paralysis. The most ugliest part of human body is the teeth.
but it's not always revealed.
It will reveal,
Not necessary.
if it will reveal if somebody pulls down the lower lip, pulls down the upper lip, and that girl is gone.
Actually, I used to do that. My stomach is filled with the sick and urine.
Now that
I
is
need not to watch. I need not to watch.
no, that's correct. But that would help some people, but that would not help many people. So you have to bring the asubha bhavana. So the second, if not breath, is asubha bhavana. Third one, take one dhatu of your disliking, not liking. Urine, like what he's saying, or pus, or a girl with a menstrual blood. Enjoy the blood if you can. Yes.
Clarifying question. So when you bring the teeth or this paticula, is it, let's say I'm watching the breath and then this happened, then I bring that, or no, you should always be.
If not
This is your
for
meditation object. So
like
this urine is your meditation object for the whole day.
yes, absolutely, because you don't know when the girl is going to come, either in the thought or in real. The danger is lurking out everywhere. You can't say when it comes, I will bring it.
Yes.
That's never going to happen. Okay. Now that's the third one. The fourth one. Observe like a robot. Okay, this is called visualization, or rather, you are bringing everything to a puppet show, which is that the 4 postures: sitting, standing, walking, lying down. Iriya Pabba is the 4th one. Doesn't work. 5th one, autopsy, which you and I have been doing, but you do it continuously. Literally go to YouTube, autopsy, that you start vomiting. If you see a girl, that damn thing looks like an autopsy. Not 5 minutes I watch the video and then I go to a pornography thing and then again I watch autopsy. That is limited.
I used to do that way only. When I see, I recall. Not like you are saying throughout the day.
Yeah, throughout the day. It's all, yeah, go ahead.
Quick question on this repulsiveness, right? Guarding the sense door should bring you to equanimity rather than repulsive as an end goal, right? But this is just a way of getting there.
No, it's like this. If you are able to get into equanimity, then you don't require any one of this. Because the mind is so attached to it, you have to bring it saying that, hey, look at this. No, no, no. Look at this. And suddenly it says, I don't like it. Great. Now there's no point in every day giving it a dose. You see this, you see this. It will stop seeing.
Just for neutralizing.
Yeah. See, Aryu, the majority of the time we spend in canvassing, in conceptualizing everything, including Dhamma. We don't practice.
Yeah, just 1 week is sufficient.
Yeah, that's the reason I said 7 days. You don't have to go for 7 weeks.
I observed that. Asubha Bhavana, just 1 week. I am not doing it now.
Right? So, the basic aim, why we are doing breath, is because it creates sensation, and the sensation can be observed. That's the reason breath. Not because it is anariya, ariya, this and that, and all stupid kind of discussions. No. It's to understand where the sensations are. It happens on the body. So why don't you watch the body sensation? Don't react to it. Why? Out of salayatana, one of the ayatana is the body. Right? The indriya is becoming into an ayatana. Not only eyes, the sky is also there. I'm making sure that something is here. So it should be done. Right? Yes.
Clarifying question to Sachin. So you did it for 1 week. What was the change? So you stopped getting interested in watching the girls when they come?
No, not interested. I'm observing that I'm about to move my hand to see the girl. And I'm not moving my head, like I'm about to turn. That sensation I'm observing, but I'm not turning.
Yeah, okay. So does that last over that week you practice? So forever you're not have the tendency to watch now?
No, now I'm seeing that I have no tendency to move my head to see a girl. But I'm just going, and there is a movement this side. So my view is she's not in my view. That is sufficient that I'm not seeing. Earlier I used to do like this. That I'm not doing now.
Wonderful. So 1 week of dedicated practice.
Yeah.
Almost cut that forever.
Yes. Now, why he had to do that? Because he was not getting that subtle change in the breath sensation when he was watching the girl. Because it was still gross. But if my vipassana is so sharp, so penetrative, that I can see the hairs are getting up as soon as the girl comes. Instead of the girl, I watch this hair going up. Because giving me a hair rising experience. Any girl, any food, any sound, any touch, any smell, any thought gives you a hair rising experience. But we are so gross, we can't feel it. So if I'm able to do this, then there's no need. Yes, go ahead.
Does it still need a conscious decision to stop watching that and watch that? Or that's automatic almost?
No, you should be doing that. See, once you know you have achieved it, then there is no need for you to do it. It's like saying like this, Aryu. I want to join Google. So you're teaching me how to join Google, right? And then you say, Vilas, I'm telling you, my boss will ask you these questions. You be prepared. Can you give the answers also to me? Because you don't know what questions he's going to ask. So the situations are not known, right? But you can guide me. You can say, hey, when I come here, these are the questions. What do you need to be knowing? And then I say, okay. Now I sit for the interview, right? Should I be thinking on what you said, or should I be thinking on what I should answer? Let's say I'm able to answer. Should I still be doing what you're saying you said me to do? Hi.
Yeah, my question is slightly different. I'm saying when you're watching the breath, and then when a girl appear in awareness, you notice the subtle change in the breath. Let's say that. Do you still take a conscious decision to don't see that, but see this?
No. It will automatically drop off. You don't have to take a conscious decision. There's no decision making. Again, if you do a decision making, again the salayatana. See,
It is heavy.
yeah, see this, what Sachin is doing is like this. Sachin, correct me if I'm wrong. So if he is doing it properly, his head doesn't go like this, not like this. He's just going like this. It doesn't pull him. The girl doesn't pull him to, hey, please watch me. Right?
It was very subtle and subconscious decision, which I recognized after seeing the woman. I realized that I am seeing the woman. So that is very subconscious decision, which was turning my head.
Correct.
To that level, I cannot be conscious. So I have to practice.
Right. So using Asubha Bhavana, using whatever you want to use, whichever tool you want to use, you can use it and you can have it. So we finished 5. Right? The 6th one is watch the senses which is strong and which is weak, and work out on those which are weak. Don't work out on the ones which are very strong. Let's say I have very strong eating habits. I shouldn't be working on the eating habits. I should break the other senses. Because they are in the khanda. They are like a stump. So you keep on breaking it. Yes.
So that means, let's say I determine that my taste is the weakest. That means that I should be very, very closely watching my breath when eating.
Yes.
And hence, that helps breaking this taste.
Yes. Not only taste, it will break all the other 5 senses. This is the 6th strategy. 7th strategy, apply Dvida Vitakka Sutta. 2 kinds of thoughts. The danger, look at the danger. If you were to die, what would happen? If you were to die, what would happen? Okay, this is 7th one. 8th one, Marananusati. On death. 9th one, do you want to be in the Brahma Vihara? Yes. Then all of these are distractions. So you make the mind enjoy the higher to let go of the lower. Because mind is holding tight. Oh no, that girl is so nice. She is so pretty. Oh, Brahma Vihara is much better. You apply the Nanda Sutta, where the Nanda wanted to enjoy the nymphs, celestial nymphs. And Buddha promises him, I will take you there. And he asks, look at your wife, do you like that? He says, I don't know how I was sleeping with her for this many days. Horrible looking. Yeah, you mean I was with her? Yes. Oh my God. So you're going to give me these? Yes.
This is almost same as Hiri and Uttappa we are building.
Yes. Moral dread and moral shame. All right, whatever. So they have 9 ways, not the breath alone ways. Yes.
But all 9 has to be taken for the whole day.
One of the 9 has to be taken for the whole day, for your life, till it breaks. Don't say, Monday I will take breath, Tuesday I will take this, Wednesday I'll take that, Thursday I will try this, Friday, or first 1 hour I'll do this, and the second 1 hour I'll do that, and the third 1 hour. No.
One week for each.
At least give 1 full week minimum. Boss, it's the problem is like this. We are so habituated. Just by applying one soap, this is not good. Second soap, this is not good. Third soap, it's not going to do like that. The dirt is so much that you have to keep on rubbing. What to do? right? So for all of us, we need to apply one soap for a considerable period of time. Out of 9, choose whichever, but stick to that. So if Naveen and Sachin are on breath, they don't have to go by any other thing, because if it is working, they don't have to do the next one. They can do the Asubha Bhavana provided the breath sensation when the girl or a food or whatever has come, they're not able to penetrate it, they are getting sucked by it. So they have to leave the breath meditation for the time being, take something else which will help in elevating the problem. Right? But having done so, they don't have to keep that thing. Oh, it was this morning, so I'm going to do this. No, it's just like what people do. So they say, start reciting. Today I'm doing Buddha Vandana. Okay, I'll sit like this, I'll sit straight, and I'll say, Namo tassa bhagavato arhato samma sambuddhassa, and the mosquitoes coming. Namo tassa bhagavato arhato, and something is happening. They start scratching their back or like this. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa, and somebody comes and what? Okay. What I was saying, okay, that's not going to work. That is bullshit. You want to say you have to be there in that. So there should be, the person should be mindful of it. Right? So whole objective is mindfulness. Buddha Dhamma is mindfulness, being mindful. Yes.
So what Sachin did with the interview, so I think from the 6R perspective, the first is to recognize and release, right? Only if you cannot release it, if it's too strong, like the thought is so strong, it just doesn't go away. This is when you bring this vitakka to
Yes,
release
absolutely,
it.
absolutely.
And after that, you relax and do all that.
Yes. Like in his case, he is watching the breath. Suddenly he feels like going sleepy. Then he should recite Iti piso bhagavar, whichever tune he wants to sing. And you see, Mahamoggallana, he was sleeping. And Buddha gives him how many? Including biting your own tongue. Right? Till the sleep goes away. They all have.
I was talking to Matt the other day. He said one of his technique is to bring an interesting thought, to think about it for a little bit. And that also wakes him up.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You need to do that. You have to break the habit. Okay. Nothing anariya about it. And nothing ariya about it. So let's stop branding things. This is anariya and that is ariya. Like they say, vipassana is anariya. No. You don't even know what it is. It's like somebody saying 8 jhanas are anariya. Have you done that in life? Then you can't comment on something which you have yourself not achieved it. There's nothing like that. Yes, anariya in which way? And ariya in which way? Have you known it? That's the most important thing. Anyway, coming back to this. Out of 9, take 1. This is for reaching Sakadagami. Now what happens when you reach Sakadagami? We will take it up on Monday. Then it becomes theory. So let's practice. So this is the work to be done for Sakadagami. If you are a Sotapanna, breaking the senses, moving into an ayatana will take you to non-possession. And when you stop possessing it, then the ayatana is withdrawn for that moment. And hence reaching Sakadagami. Yes.
Quick question. Does that mean that Sakadagami is always guarding the 10 stores?
Not always. Otherwise, he would have become an anagami.
Okay.
What does he say? Kamachanda or abhijja is reduced, vyapada is reduced. Why? Because he is not getting worked up on the senses.
He just need to have that experience when the ayatana is not there, and he experienced nibbana. And
Right,
then when he
right.
experienced his
Yes, because the five aggregates keeps on becoming more and more subtle and subtle and subtle in breaking, right? So now the higher one is broken, but the lower ones are getting broken. Till Arhat, the five aggregates will be completely removed out.
You said Monday. Monday is 3 days or 2 days?
Today we are on Friday, right? Let's give ourselves a chance today. That is Thursday for you now, Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night, and Sunday night. For me, Monday means now 3 days left. Today we are still in Friday morning. So Saturday morning, Sunday morning. Monday we are meeting, which is Sunday night.
Yeah.
So you are on Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday nights, Sunday we are meeting. Why 2 days? Because this is heavy. So I want you to work out.
3 days. 3 days.
3 days, sorry. Why 3 days? Because it is heavy. So whatever you are watching, you should know that ayatana. Then we meet and understand how Sakadagami will be. Then we'll understand what is Anagami. And then you guys can make an assessment of me, whether I'm still a Sotapanna or a Sakadagami or Anagami. If you are following me, if I'm not an Anagami, I suggest stop it. Because I can't teach you how to drop the five senses. Clear? Fine then. All right. Good day and good night.